It's me, MLB. Here is chapter 55 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled A Night in Jirou's Room. She just gave you a really long side look, so you put the pizza crust back to your ear and continued talking to the invisible person on the other end. Yeah, she's a little busy with me right now. Can she call you back? You asked into the pizza crust. Yin, would you like some more pizza? Momo asked from your other side, having been eating some more of the Hawaiian pizza herself. You asked, spinning to face her while still holding your pizza crust to your ear. Oh, goodness, she gasped with surprise. What are you doing? Oh, pizza, you said, taking the new slice from her hand. Thanks, I just felt like another slice. You took the new slice and held it to your other ear, and Jirou couldn't take it anymore. Can you please just eat your food like a normal person? She asked. Who's that? You asked back as you turned your head back to face her, still with the pizza to one ear and crust in your other hand. Oh, God, she sighed with an amused look on her face. Okay, you said, putting the crust down and moving the full slice of pizza from your ear to your mouth. Munch time, you said, before shoving the entire slice in your mouth. Yin sure seems to be having fun, Momo mused from your other side, and you turned back to wink at her. Wish I could reply, but I can't, you mumbled through your mouthful. Sorry? Momo asked. I wish I could reply, but I can't, you said again, having swallowed more of your food now, which enabled you to be able to talk. Oh, I see, she replied. Okay, Jirou said, standing up and taking your arm in hers. Time for you to get some sleep, you're acting weird, she added. Am I? You asked cheekily. Yeah, she replied, pulling you away. Bye, everyone, you called out. There were mumbles of mouth-filled goodbyes as you were taken out the door, and Momo watched a little sadly as you were taken away. I'll have her tomorrow, you heard her think. So, we're going to set up my butthead sheets? You asked Jirou as she took you off down the hall. I guess, she replied, if you want to. Well, I'm more interested in what's in your bed, but I'm easy, you replied, pulling your arm from her grasp and stepping in behind her so you could cuddle her from behind while walking, nearly lifting her off the ground as you walked. She giggled a little as you carried her, and then once at her room you both entered and walked over to her bed, not even bothering with the lights. It was clear that neither of you wanted to work on setting up your bed with the sheets. There were far more pressing matters to attend to, and your hands roamed and lips kissed until time was lost to the void. You weren't sure how long you messed around for, but when you heard the main lights in the hallway get turned off, you knew it was late enough. You comfy, you whispered to Jirou, who was snuggled up into your side with your arm under and around her back. Yeah, she sighed happily, lying there in just her bra and pants. You too had lost your shirt at some point, and you could feel her warm skin against yours. Oh, this is heaven, you thought, as you could feel yourself starting to fall asleep. You could hear Jirou's brain throwing around random things inside of it, and you recognised the telltale signs of someone slipping into REM. Oh, she's falling asleep, you thought, as you yourself twitched a little. As you slowly faded out, you could hear Jirou's inner thoughts singing songs and rehashing stuff that had happened that day, and you smiled internally when you heard her talking about you in the dress. How do you look so good as a girl and a guy? You heard her inner thoughts ask, and you smirked to yourself. Okay, well, at least I know she's being legit with her compliments, you thought as you faded out. The next thing you remember is trying to roll and not being able to because there was a weight on your arm, and you squinted an eye open to see what it was, momentarily becoming confused when you weren't in Momo's room and it wasn't Momo beside you. Oh, you thought when you remembered that you'd slept in Jirou's room that night. Then you remembered that it had been Sunday yesterday, so that must mean it was Monday today. Jirou stirred beside you and you quickly kissed her on the forehead. Hey, it's school today, you said to her. Oh, what time is it? You then lifted your arm to check your watch and sighed with relief when you saw that it had only just struck 7 a.m. You didn't have to be on school grounds until closer to 9 a.m, so your initial panic subsided. No, it's okay, we have time, you then said, and Jirou sighed contentedly. Okay, good, because I'm comfy, she said. Yeah, same, you replied, pulling her in closer to you. What classes do we have today? She hummed in a tired voice. Boring ones. Oh, how fun, you said. But hey, actually, it'll be nice to be back in the classroom again. I haven't really spent much time with the other girls, to be honest. It'll be nice to just get to know the class a little more. Yeah, true, Jirou said as she sat up. But I want to sit with you for lunch. Yeah, that's a given, you replied as you sat up as well and gave her a quick kiss on the lips. I didn't shower last night. Yeah, me neither, Jirou said. You looked at her, then at her ensuite behind her, then back to her again. You wanna... you asked curiously, jerking your head in the direction of the ensuite. She nodded shyly. Yeah, let's, she said, and you and her got out of bed and quickly bustled your way into the ensuite to have a shower together for the morning. It was 20 minutes later that you arrived on Momo's doorstep with a polite knock that she answered, pulling the door open to you with sopping wet hair and your clothes on from yesterday. All on but askew. Good morning, you said brightly. I had a shower, but I didn't have my school clothes to get into. May I come in? You chuckled. Oh, yes, of course, Momo said as she stepped aside to let you into the room. Thank you, you chuckled. Man, that was not a good idea. It felt weird getting back into my clothes I'd already been in. Dang, where's my school uniform? I don't even remember where I put it. Did I wash it? So many questions, you asked, mainly talking to yourself as you walked to your side of the bed. Oh, I've hung it here, Momo said, stepping over to her side of the bed after closing the door. I figured you wouldn't have time to clean your uniform, so I did it with my laundry and I've hung it here ready for you. You grinned and stepped over to give her a big hug and a kiss. Oh, what would I do without you? You asked as you stepped back and threw off your top and then dropped your pants. Poor Momo wasn't ready for you to just start throwing your clothes off all of a sudden, so she had to spin to look away for a bit while you got your school clothes on, and then she turned around to face you again. You chuckled with a smirk. What's wrong, baby? Couldn't handle me in my raw form? You asked, stepping over to her and taking her chin in your hand so you could tilt her face up to yours. You're going to have to get used to seeing me with less on. You added, bending your neck down so that you could gently press your lips to hers a few times before gently taking her bottom lip between your teeth and tugging on it slightly before letting it go and kissing her once more. Poor Momo's heart wasn't ready for that level of seduction, and her knees nearly gave out on her. Oh, she whispered, unable to get much more out than that. Anyway, you said brightly, off to school we go. I told Jirou that we'd come back to pick her up on the way through. You ready? Oh, yes, I'm ready, Momo said, and she had to do one more look down to make sure that she had all of her clothes on. You look gorgeous, you said to her, taking her hand and then kissing the back of it before reaching for your school bag behind the door. Okay, pretty baby, let's go. Okay, she said, as she also grabbed her bag and placed it over her shoulder, and then you were both off to go and get Jirou to head to school. And there is the end of chapter 55. I'll see you tomorrow for chapter 56. See you then.